got a stick. Nobody really expected me to end up where I am. There's this big misconception that I want to talk about today. I'm like a normal kid from California who always expected to go to college. You know, I got decent grades in school, but I mean, I got kicked out of class all the time. And nobody expected that I would have not listened to the people who told me my dreams were unrealistic. And I actually started YouTube channels, grew them, and now I make a living off of YouTube, and I have an online business where I can actually like achieve my goals and not just do what other people tell me to do. And yeah, I mean, my life isn't perfect at all, but like I've got a beautiful girlfriend, I've got a six-pack, I've got a YouTube channel, and like I'm living the dream that my like 10 or 12-year-old self would have dreamed or did dream of. The dream I dreamed of, no shit. And there's this big misconception about success as if it's hard. And the misconception isn't that it's hard, because it is, but it's that it's harder. And you either have to get lucky or do so much work that the pain of success is just not worth it. And that's just not true, because here's the thing. I'm a little bit stressed out right now. I'm a little bit anxious. And I would be anyway if I wasn't, I mean, I'm not like huge success or whatever, but I'm 21 and I make a living online. And some people would consider that, you know, I've been successful in a few different things. I don't know, I'm trying to not sound like a dick, but I guess it doesn't matter. If you think I'm a dick, I am to you. My point is, life is going to be hard. You're going to be anxious. You're going to be stressed, no matter what you do. So why not build the life you actually want? So I have a thing where like, it's hard for me to commit to doing a bunch of work. And so if I sell a client for $1,000, that's great, but then I have to fulfill it. But the thing is, if I'm not selling a client for $1,000 and I'm not making money, then I'm also stressed because I'm not doing work. And so like, if you're not working out every day, you probably, maybe if you're smart, feel a little bit of shame and guilt because you're not exercising the one body you'll ever have, and you probably don't look as good as you want, don't feel as good as you want, and every time you don't work out, it adds to that pain of, I know what's good for me, but I can't get myself to do it, and that sucks. That's a terrible feeling. Because then it hurts your relationship with yourself, because you can't do things that are good for yourself just because they're kind of hard right now, which makes you maybe feel like a bitch. And the thing is, you're suffering anyway, but without getting any of the pros. You're suffering because you're not doing the hard work. But if you do the hard work, you're still going to suffer. You're just going to get the good outcomes of the hard work. And so, like, that's about working out, but also about like making money. Like, most people, like, if you say, you know, I'm going to imagine this scenario where your family's held hostage and you know that all you could possibly do is make $1 million within the next year, or else your family dies. So most people would figure the fuck out how to get that $1 million, how to make that $1 million. They would just figure it out, and it would be hard, and they would be sweating. But you know it's possible. You know it's possible. Sell 1,000 things for $1,000 each. You know, $110,000 things, or $10,100 things. It's not an impossible equation. It works. People have done it. There are millions and millions and millions of people who make millions of dollars. And so you are not special if you are able to do that. It's just about a certain amount of work and intended work. But people are afraid to do it because they think it's harder, where really you're going to be suffering anyway, so you might as well do it. And this also applies to people who, you know, set small goals. And so if your goal is like, you know, I want to end up making $10,000 a month, Like, okay, but you're gonna suffer just as much as building a $100,000 a month business. It's just gonna be hard, and you're just gonna go through hardness constantly. It never goes away, even when you make money. Money problems are solved, but anxiety, stress, everything is still there. It doesn't solve life. And so, yeah, I guess the point of this video is to stop thinking that what you want means that you're going to suffer more than you already are. It might be initially harder because you're doing something new and learning new skills, but you're going to be suffering no matter what. So you might as well get what you want in the process. Bye.